Today's topic is Kirchhoff's rules in the chapter current electricity. Myself, the Ramesh Rao, principal, JNV Laptop. Let us start our today's session. First, let us know what all things already we know to study this chapter. That is previous knowledge. We must know what is electric current. Electric current we have studied in the last session. Electric current is nothing but the rate of flow of charge in unit time. Ri is equal to delta Q by delta T. The SI unit for it is ampere and coulomb per second. Electric current we know. It is just the electric current passes in a circuit whenever there is some potential difference is there. Electric potential is nothing but the work done in unit time. Suppose let us take a circuit, small circuit here. A resistor is connected to the cell. A resistor is connected to a cell. The potential difference is V. When there is potential difference, then only the electric current passes through the circuit. Means that is this to the positive and negative. If I show the current direction like this, means this is the higher potential, this is lower potential. That is from high potential to low potential, the electric current will travel. If the potential is zero, means both are in equal potential, then there will not be any electric flow in the circuit. That is the electrostatic potential. Now, this cell will provide the required energy for these electrons to move or the charges to move from one point to another point in the circuit. That is the work done in unit, the work done per unit charge is known as the electric potential. Suppose point A to point B, charges to move from point A to point B. The work will be done by this cell. That work done will be equivalent to the per charge Q, that will be equivalent to the potential difference between the two ends of the conductor. Now, this is regarding the electrostatic potential or electric potential. That is also known as the potential difference. Okay. Now let us see what is resistance. Resistance is not the opposition offered by the resistor to the flow of charges, is known as the resistance. The SI unit for resistance is ohm. SI unit for resistance is ohm. That is opposition offered by the flow of charges by this resistor is known as the resistance. Now, the next topic is we must know what is Ohm's law. Ohm's law is nothing but the current passing through this conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference between the two ends of the conductor. If the potential difference is more, the current flowing through is also more. That is directly proportional. P is equal to I into R. One more concept we must know before starting this chapter is the electromotive force and the potential difference. Electromotive force, this is the force that is in the cell. Electromotive force of a cell, that is nothing but it is not the energy provided by the cell to the circuit, to the resistors in the circuit. That is the electromotive force. Now, potential difference is the terminal voltage between across the cell, or terminal potential difference two ends of the resistor. That is the potential difference. These two are different. Here, one more example I will give you here. Suppose let us take an electrolytic cell. Let us take an electrolytic cell where electrolyte is kept here. Now, it is connected to a resistor, same circuit here. Instead of the cell, that way I am showing the terms of the electrolytic cell. Here, suppose when the switch is closed here, the electric current passes to this one. When the electric current passes to this circuit, this is external circuit, let us take point A, this is point B. There is potential difference between the two ends of the electrodes. Therefore, the electric current passes to where the circuit is closed, electric current passes to this one. This is external current. This is because of the, we have studied because of the conduction electrons present in the conductor. The electric current that is opposite to the conduction direction, they will move. This is resistance R. Now, inside this, there is movement of ions. Movement of ions in this one electrolyte happens. The opposition offered by this electrolyte to the flow of ions is known as the internal resistance of the cell. Now, this is internal resistance of the cell. Here, EMF and the potential difference with, suppose if I say, if I open this circuit, there is no current in the circuit. When there is no current in the circuit, this becomes zero. Then E is equal to V. EMF is equal to potential difference of the cell. Means if I find out the between these two potential difference, that will be equal to EMF of the cell. When there is no movement of ions present in the, at that time there is no movement of ions. Or I can write EMF as the potential difference in the open circuit is known as the electromotive force, or the energy provided by the cell to the circuit, that is the electromotive force. Potential difference is the terminal voltage between the two ends of the cell, that is across the path of the electron. The potential difference is the difference between the EMF and the potential difference. Okay. Now, there small r is the internal resistance of the cell and I is the current. If I is equal to 0, I is equal to 0, then E is equal to V. EMF is equal to potential difference. Up to this we must know, that is to further study the Kirchhoff's laws of Kirchhoff's laws and other topics. Today what we are going to study, here let us see first Kirchhoff's first rule of Kirchhoff, that is known as the junction rule or the current rule, current law. This is also known as the conservation of charge law. Here, according to the law of conservation of charge, charge neither be created nor destroyed, but the total charge remains constant in a circuit. That is, suppose in a circuit, this is at any junction in the circuit, the sum of the currents entering the junction is equal to sum of the currents leaving the junction. How much current enters into the junction, same amount of current will leave the junction. Suppose let us take a junction in a circuit. Here, suppose this is I1, this is I2, this is I3. At this junction, let us take point A. How much current enters into this junction will be equal to current leaving the junction. That is I1 plus I1 plus I1 minus I2 minus I3 is equal to 0. Here we must take sign convention here. That is, when it is passing towards junction, let us take it as a positive. Then leaving the junction, we have to take it as the negative. That is sign convention we must take. Approaching the junction, current. Approaching the junction. Positive, and leaving the junction is negative. That is, the sum of these currents will be equal to 0. Like this, any number we can write here. Suppose there are more number of currents are present. Suppose let us take a picture here, for example. So many currents are coming in and leaving the junction. Let's take point A here. Now, currents entering the junction, we have taken as a positive. What is the I1 is entering the junction or approaching the junction. I2 is also approaching the junction. Then I3 is also approaching the junction. I4 is leaving the junction, minus I4. And I5 is also leaving the junction. And I6 is approaching the junction. Is equal to 0. This is equal to, I can write I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus I6 is equal to I4 plus I5. There are 4 currents are entering at one junction and 2 currents are leaving the junction. This is one of the important application rule of the Kirchhoff's, which is known as the junction rule, current rule. That is again satisfies this law is also known as the law of conservation of charge. Satisfies the law of conservation of charge. Now, what is this law of conservation of charge? That is in the first chapter we must study. That is charge never getting, charge never dissipate in a circuit. Charge will not stop at any point in the circuit. It flows that is, it is flowing. Whatever enters at this point, there will not be any consumption of charge, will never happen. That same charge will leave that circuit. This is the first rule. Next, let us go for the second rule. Voltage rule or known as the loop rule. Voltage rule or the loop rule. This shows. Here, in this one again, just before starting this one, similar to sign convention. Again, here also we take up the sign convention. This one, the algebraic sum of changes in the potential around any closed loop involving resistance cells in a loop is 0. Or the simple way I can say that is the potential difference in a circuit, the potential difference across the resistors will be equal to the sum of the EMFs in the circuit. Some of the EMFs present in that loop. That is, in the other way also we can define this. The algebraic sum of the changes in potential around any closed loop involving resistors and cells in a loop is 0. This is the one means the potential drop across the resistor and potential drop across any number of resistors are there, and here the positive cell is there across that will be equal to 0. That is another way. In any circuit in a closed loop, the sum of the potential drops across the resistors and the EMF, sum of the EMFs will be equal to the 0. That another way also we can define in a closed loop, the product of the current and resistance, the sum of the products of the currents and resistances in a circuit is equal to the sum of the EMFs in that loop. That also we can write in that way also we can say. That is, here we must take up the sign convention. Here first, in the sign convention what we have to see, that is generally conventional current direction is from the positive terminal to negative terminal, it will be there in the cell. And in the case of the resistor, it is there, that is current is flowing in this direction, you can say. Now, in the direction of current, let us take it as the negative. Sign convention 1. The direction of current, when we move along the direction of the current, it is positive. When we move opposite to the direction of the current, opposite to the direction, negative, opposite to the direction of current is positive. Here, how do we take, that is in the clockwise direction or the anti-clockwise direction, it depends. That is, however one we can take like that. Next third one. When you move inside the cell or the battery, when you move from the negative to positive, when you move along, suppose I start from D to A, A to B, B to C, C to E, and E to D. If I move from negative to positive, then we have to take it as the EMF as the positive, and when you move from positive to negative, suppose A, B, E, C, B, A, if I move, means positive to negative, when I move, we must take the negative. That is, this terminal you can remember, that is negative is negative vertex. When you go towards the positive terminal, it's positive vertex. That is a very simple way of remembering the thing. That is, when you move from positive terminal to negative terminal, the EMF is negative, and when we go forward, when we move from negative terminal to positive, the EMF is positive. The EMF is positive. By taking these things, let us say a small circuit is given here, we can apply this second rule. Because the simple circuit is not needed generally, but when the more number of resistors are present in the circuit, this law will be very much useful. This voltage law, or this is also known as the conservation of charge. This is nothing but the conservation of energy. This law is also known as the conservation of energy. That is, energy conservation split will satisfy. Now, in this one, suppose you apply, let us say, from A, B, C, D, A loop, means you must start point and end point should be the same. A, B, C, D, A means last again. Means where we are starting from again we have to end at that point. If not necessarily A, we can take B, we can C, D, E, any point we can take, there is no problem. Here, A, B, C, D is the loop if I take. I move along the, so I can pass into this one. I move along the, from A, along into the resistance. Here there is a potential drop here. There will not be any potential drop here. Wherever the resistance is there, then only there is potential drop will be there. Then potential difference across this one. This is equal to V is equal to I into R. I can say this minus I into R. Because we are moving along the direction of the current. Along the direction of the current, when you move, let us take minus. That is potential difference is equal to V is equal to IR, Ohm's law. Now, there is no resistance, there is no C. Here is negative. We are going from negative to positive. From whenever we move from the negative terminal to the positive terminal, we must take it as positive. EMF is positive. Here EMF is plus E is equal to 0. Or E is equal to IR. This simple Gaussian circuit for the voltage law. Now let us take a little bigger circuit. Here, where more number of cells are there, that is, there we have only one cell. Let us see here, 2 cells are there and 2 loops are there. Like that, many loops and many cells circuit also we are going to have in advanced stage. Here now, let us see again. We can apply here the second law, first law and second law, both laws we can apply here. Here, how many junctions are there? Here you can see. Here is one junction where one is current is coming. Here is one junction. Here is one junction. Here is one junction. Here is one junction. There are so many junctions are here. In this one, let us see. Suppose point D, only one current is coming. Point D, let us say. Here, from the cell E1, I1 current is passing through this one. Let's say E2 and I2 current is passing. These two are connected to the resistors R1 and R2 and 3. 3 resistors is being connected. Now, let us take how many junctions are there. This junction only one current is coming and another current is going. At this junction, one current is coming, one current is going out. There is no problem. Now, at this point F, if I see, at the junction F, apply the Kirchhoff's first law. Sum of the algebraic sum of the currents entering the junction is equal to algebraic sum of the current leaving the junction. That is, how many currents are entering and leaving? If we see, this I1 is entering, I2 is entering, and I3 is leaving. That is I1 plus I2 minus I3 is equal to 0. You can see, that is, sum of the currents will be equal to 0. I1 plus I2 is equal to I3. This is equal to the first law we have applied. Now let us apply the second law. There are total 3 loops are there here. One is A, B, C, F, A, one loop. Another loop is A, B, D, E, A, another loop. And one more loop is also there, F, C, D, E, F. That is it. Like that, there are 3 loops are here. Now let us take one loop and find out what is the apply this Kirchhoff's second rule, that is voltage rule, or the loop rule. That is loop for the loop. A, B, C, F, again A. Means where we are starting, again starting point we must come, then only the loop is closed. Suppose we take a circle. If we take a circle, that is, if it is open, it is not the circle. It should be from where we start, we must come to we take one complete revolution, let's say. Means we must come to the same point. That is the circle revolution. Now here, we must start from A, move along any direction, not this is the, what I have taken is the, suppose I can move like this, that is clockwise direction, or you can move anti-clockwise direction also. Both ways we can move, either clockwise or the anti-clockwise. There is no fixed rule that I see jana nahi hai. We can move any direction we can move, either clockwise or the anti-clockwise direction. Suppose if I go clockwise direction, what happens? Anti-clockwise direction also we can see, that is there any change? Now let us take from point A. Okay, here I1 current is passing, but there is no resistance, there is no potential drop. Here I come to positive terminal, positive to negative when we go. Very simple way. Next is negative. We can take it as a minus E1, and here is the current. How much current passes R1? That let us see here now. I1 is coming here, I2 is coming here, and I3 is coming here. And here, what is the current passing through the I? This is I3. Now it comes over here. This I3 is nothing but the I1 plus I2. This is I1 plus I2. Here, when it comes over here, I2 current passes through this one, I1 current passes through. How it is? That is because how much current leaves this cell, the same current will again come to the cell. Because charge will never dissipate. Whatever may be the value. Here, suppose 1 ampere current will start from E1 and again reaches the E1 also same 1 ampere current. If 2 ampere current starts from E2, I think 2 ampere current only will come here to the E2. That is the significance of the circuit. That is any electrical circuit. Here I1 current comes here. Now here I2. Now if I say clockwise direction, positive to negative, that is minus you have taken, then this area current is passing to this is I1 R1. I1 current is passing. Potential difference across resistance is equal to I1 R1. We are moving opposite to the direction of the current. Therefore, negative we have to take minus I1 R1. Okay? And plus we have to take. And again coming here, suppose R2, along the direction of the R2, I2 we are taking. I2 is passing and we are also moving in the same direction. That is, means here I2, R2. Same direction we are taking minus I2, R2. And again here is one more cell is there here. We are moving from negative to positive. Means plus we have to take. Plus E2 is equal to 0. Here E2 F, there is no resistance, there is no potential drop. We reach A. Total is equal to 0. This is, we can write as the I1 R1 minus I2 R2 is equal to, if I take the RHS side, this becomes plus E1 minus E2. You have applied the Kirchhoff's second rule for the branch A, B, C, F, A. Now, this is, we have applied clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction also let us apply and see what happens here. Anti-clockwise, suppose A to F, there is no resistance. E2 is there, positive to negative. When you move from positive to negative, we are taking the negative. Minus E2 and R2. We are going against the current here. Minus against the current means that is we are taking as the positive. Plus I2 R2. And coming over here, I1, we are going along the direction of the resistance. We are taking as a minus I1 R1. Here is the cell negative to positive are going. This is plus E1 is equal to. Okay. Now this is equal to, I can write here. Same thing. Take I2 R2, I1 R2, RHS side. R E1 minus E2 is equal to, this become plus I1 R1 minus I2 R1. Equation 2 and 3 are they equal? Yes, both are the equal. Both are E1 minus E2 I1 minus R1 minus I2 R2, E1 minus E2 I1 R1 minus I2 R2. Therefore, however you take, whether the clockwise direction or the anti-clockwise direction, the value does not change. That is when we get the same equation. Now, let us say apply one more practice we can have, that is, let us take the loop A, B, D, E, A, B, from reverse I will come here, A, F, E, D, B, A. In this direction we can go. B, A, that is, again, anti-clockwise direction we can go. A, F, E, D, C, B, A, C, B, A. Like that. Now, starting from A, you see here there is no resistance here because there will not be any potential drop. Go come here, I3 is passing here, I3 current is passing through the R3. I3, R3. In the same direction we are going. Same direction means we will take as the minus. Minus I3 R3. Going here, you can see here there is we are no need to bend towards left side. Straight you go A B D C के बाद B के बाद I1 R1. The same direction the current we are going. Same direction again minus I1 R1 is equal to here negative to positive plus E1 is equal to 0. Equal to 0. Now this is equal to I can write E1 I1 R1 plus I3 R3 is equal to E1 I1 R1 plus I1 plus I2 into R3 is equal to E1. I1 plus I2 is equal to I3. I1 plus R. Like that, we can have any number of loops or the big circuit. We can divide the loops and find out get the equation. By solving this equation, we can get the current in the circuit. The values of resistance is given, EMF is given, we can find the currents. Like that, one more loop is there, F, C, D, E, F. One more loop also we can find. Another loop, F, C, D, E, F. You see here in this direction, you can see now clock this direction. Positive to negative, minus E2 in the opposite to the direction of current, that is plus I2 R2. You see here opposite to the direction of the current here, plus I3 R3. This is regarding the Kirchhoff's laws.